All right. Are we ready for class number 5 in my series of life extension classes? And this class is entitled Believing You Deserve It. I am Bob Guth, the author of 2 books on life extension. Um, Basically, last class was believing it is possible. And we said last time, before you can manifest anything using thought manifestation, and that's basically what we're going to be doing here, you must first believe it is possible, and we covered that last class, and you must believe you deserve it. And that's what this class is about. Feeling that you don't deserve good things will block them from coming. You deserve all of the good things you can conceive of. Why is that? Because the infinite creator of the all, God, believed you deserve to exist, or he wouldn't have created your soul in the first place. So give yourself the same benefit of the doubt. You deserve all you can conceive of. All right. To manifest life extension through thought manifestation, you must first believe you deserve it. If you don't feel you deserve it, you won't be able to manifest it. The large percent of our population don't believe they deserve very much. Feeling you don't deserve it keeps away what you want. The I don't deserve it plays into many things. It plays into those who constantly complain about health problems. Chronic health problems have to do with I deserve to be punished, and this health situation is punishing me. Not taking care of your body has to do with I don't deserve my body. Really, don't deserve to exist, basically. Not providing for yourself, providing a living for yourself, has to do with I don't deserve a good life. You know, deservability is pervasive throughout our culture. The I don't deserve it plays into those people who succumb to addictions. Addictions are negative ways of coping. Addicts have very low self-worth feelings. Addicts harbor high anger levels. Addicts don't feel they deserve much of anything, and they've been beaten down to feel that way. The I don't deserve it plays into people who don't take care of their bodies. A life extender keeps reasonably fit. The life extender does some exercise and breath work and fasting, goes to the dentist. There's really no substitute for a dentist at this slice in time. The I don't deserve it plays into people who don't provide a decent living for themselves. We're talking about the street people, the homeless ones, people who live in poverty. The I don't deserve it plays into people who don't have good relationships, really, at work, in partnering, in parenting, in social interactions. This is a huge issue, really. Feelings of not deserving good things are pervasive, as we've just explored. Fundamentally, you do deserve all that you can conceive of, and we said that before, because you were created by God, the infinite creator of the all, and you wouldn't exist if God didn't believe you deserve to exist. All right. What are your feelings about living 140 to 150 years? Oh, right. What are they? Do you feel you deserve to live that long? If you don't, why not? You do deserve to live that long. And longer. You deserve it. A life extender should not contain the idea of not deserving it. Really, that gets down to the fundamental issue here. You don't want to contain that idea of not deserving it. It should be foreign to a real life extender. A real life extender says, of course I deserve it. You know, that's a real life extender. If you do contain the idea that you don't deserve it, you'll need to work on that. Remember, again, to manifest anything through thought manifestation, you have to first believe it's possible, and you have to believe you deserve it. And you do deserve to live as long as the goal you set for your lifespan, period, you know. All right, let's revisit the basics of life extension. Number one, we're going to utilize the power of your mind. The power of your mind. We utilize the power of your intentions by affirmations that we create. And I want to say right here that you have to be impeccable about it. You can't say one day, yes, I'm going to do it. And the very next day, let's say you've had a bad day, you say, oh, who am I kidding? You can't do that. You've got to keep the frequency. If you're going to be a life extender, you're going to be a life extender, and that's all there is to it. Get over the bad day and get back on it. You need to keep free of disease and fears. Both of those are going to undermine your ability to extend your lifespan. And we talked about disease in class 2, I think. And basically, it's living a very low-risk style of getting any disease, period, you know. And in the idea of fears, you make a statement to yourself, something like, I request that I go forward in life in safety, harmony, and joy. You know, just keep saying that, and that begins to create the idea that those who are going to meet out fears won't come your way. You need to be and stay healthy. All right, life extension diet, we talked about that. Basically, it's your raw food diet, raw fruits, raw veggies. I love salads, to tell you the truth. Raw fat's important. Raw eggs are a good source of raw fat. Raw dairy is a good source. Olive oil is a good source. Any of your untreated oils are good sources of vegetable oils, are good sources of raw fat. Another power food is unheated honey. You won't find those at your grocery store. My best source are the farmers markets. And raw dairy, like I say, if you are lucky to live in a state where it's legalized, count yourself lucky. Otherwise, you'll have to seek out a farm that has what calls cow share programs. All right, then unroasted and unsalted nuts and seeds. They like to roast nuts and seeds, and that defeats the purpose here. We want raw foods. You can get peanuts unroasted and unsalted if you look for them. The exception to the raw food diet is cooked starches and legumes. That means peas and beans. You know, I don't talk about meat here. And as a life extender, you want to really start limiting your meat intake. Meat is going to be difficult to utilize for life extension. There are some toxins in meat that I'll talk about a little bit later in some more detail here, but the immortal masters of old were always vegetarians, and I haven't eaten any meat now for a good 30 years, and I don't miss it, and I'm glad I made that choice. All right, then the basics of life extension. Another one is that death urge. You've got to get rid of the death urge and replace it with a life urge. Life has to be fun. Things you want to accomplish, things you want to do. You've got to be able to say life spans today just aren't long enough to do what I need to do in my lifetime. And this is all the basics of life extension. To go beyond that and to begin to work on the techniques to add more years, breath work is powerfully important. Now I do 30 minutes a day, and that's the first thing I do when I wake up, basically. After I say my affirmations, I do breath work. And then fasting. I picked today to do this particular video because I'm doing my one-day fast. And I like to fast. I do a one-day fast every week. But for a lot of people, I recommend intermittent fasting to begin with it. And don't do any long fast for sure until you get the short fast down and feel pretty comfortable with it. Yes, I do the long fast, and that's an important part of life extension, but you need to work up to it. You know, do a 1 day a week fast for 2 or 3 months, and then make it 3 days a week. Do that for maybe 4 weeks, 3 weeks, and then try a week-long fast. You know, and then work up to it, and then work up to a month. Little by little. Okay, now we're going to do affirmations to believe you deserve it. And say this after me. We need to begin to work on our belief system and begin to create the idea deep down in our consciousness that we deserve to live that long. We deserve to live a extended lifespan. And you're going to see people that are close to you pass away. When you're I've already seen several of them, and it kind of gets you. But you have to say, well, that's their life, and that was right for them. But extending my lifespan is right for me, and I'm going to go for it. And so I'll say this first one here. I decree that life extension is something I know I deserve. All right, now I want you to follow through with it and say it with me. I decree that life extension is something I know I deserve. Yes. Now look at this one. I know I deserve all of the good things in life I can conceive of, including life extension, because I was created by the infinite creator of the all, and the creator believed that I deserved to exist, and so I know I deserve to exist and create all of the good things in life that I desire, including life extension. That's a mouthful, I know. So I'd like you to say that on your own and begin to incorporate that in your structure, your belief system structure. All right, the last one here. I intend to extend my life, and I know it is possible, and I know I deserve it. Repeat that again after me, please. I intend to extend my life, and I know it is possible, and I know I deserve it. Yes. All right. Now, let's do some breath work. I always want to do some breath work in these classes, and we're going a little bit overtime here, so I'm just going to do the breath of fire today, but it's really simple. I do 30 minutes of this a day now, and I recommend it. You really feel cleaned out. I mean, it just feels clean when you do this, and you add a lot of extra energy. You add extra oxygen, extra prana. The body can use those to regenerate tissue and eliminate the tissue that you want eliminated. It can eliminate toxins. All right. Breath of fire is just simply a breath rhythm faster than normal. You do have to move your diaphragm, but other than that, you should try to be as still as you can. So let's do just a couple of, maybe a minute of breath of fire, half a minute maybe. Okay, how hard was that? All right, not hard at all, right? And you can up the pace and really bring in a tremendous amount of oxygen and prana. And this is very, very, very valuable and a huge assist for extending your lifespan. Pranayama has that whole pattern. We'll do some more of that next time. This is kind of a long class. So the slow breath I use for calming myself. And you really get into this. It's an important breath for me. The precisely timed breath you can begin to use for rejuvenation, believe it or not. We'll talk about this and do some of this later on. All right, I've got a question for you. Question number one. What can undermine your progress to creating life extension for yourself? Answer: your resistance. And I have resistance too. We all do. And this is one thing I'd like you to look at and look deeply. What do I resist in this? Do I resist not wanting to be a sheep and stand out, etc., etc., and I'll have to be honest with you. I resisted the breath work until just this year, and now I think it's very, very important, really. So I have resistance too, and I'd like you to look at your own resistance. What is stopping you from working on some of these processes? It's not really very hard. All I'm asking you to do is do some life extension affirmations daily, really, and then begin to clean up your diet, and then begin to get rid of that death urge. I mean, these are really hard things to do. Okay. The breath work can be looked at as an extra, and so can the fasting, but the first three you really should start working on. Question 2. What is your maximum potential lifespan? I'm going to hit this over and over again. I've heard this so many times from so many gurus, you could call it, masters, those that I know, and it's a lot more than our current mass conscious belief system lifespan that your insurance companies like to use. It's 140 to 150 years. Can you conceive that? Can you conceive living that long? Why not? Look at all those extra years you have. So again, that is your maximum potential lifespan at this slice in time without even doing the things I'm teaching you to do, without even doing the breath work and the fasting, etc. You should be able to go more than that when you do some of these other things. So your maximum potential lifespan is a lot longer than the current 70 to 80, 90 stupid years. It's ridiculous. All right. Basically, you just keep on living your life as if you were going to live forever. That's it. Think of yourself. There's no ending, and you're not going to be, I got to reach age 55 to get early retirement. You need to support yourself for a very long journey. I'm still working and I'm 81 years old and I don't plan to quit for a while. As a life extender, you should say, a very long life for me is a given. A given. Okay? As a given. As a life extension, you should start thinking about being of service. Why are you here? To be of service. To give. As a life extender, you should begin to develop the gifts that you were born with. I guess this is what I was born with as a gift. And I just know I need to do it. I need to get that word out there. As a life extender, you plan on living a very long time. 2, learn what you want to learn. There's just so much to learn now. To teach what you learn to others. That's important. There's not enough teachers to go around. To be a part of the new evolving world. There's great changes happening in the world right now. It's an exciting time to be alive. Scary, yes, but exciting nonetheless. Very exciting. To bring your skills, knowledge, and wisdom into this new evolving world. And I want to say here, the very important thing about this business of life extension is there's a certain cockiness to it. You just say, yeah, I'm a life extender. Yeah, all right. It would be better if you could get a group of people to be along with you, and also have the same cocky attitude about it. Of course, I'm becoming a life extender. Isn't everybody? That sort of cockiness is going to bring it to you, All right. Now, I was told some time ago that I was a master. And I want to say this to you, it takes a little bit of mastery to do some of the things that you've heard me talk about. Yeah, I'm fasting today, 1 day. To me, that's nothing. I fasted a lot longer. I said first started these classes, it was 8 weeks this year. That's a 2-month-long fast. That's a long fast, and it takes a mastery to do that, You've got to steel yourself that you're going to do it, and that's what I did. 3 times this guru said to me, I was a master. The guru said, you are a master. You are a master. You are a master. After hearing that a number of times, I thought, yeah, I guess I'm a master, I can do these things. I can exercise on my own without having to go to the gym. That takes mastery too. Gyms are so popular these days, fitness clubs rather, because people need to have others around them to give them sort of a validation. Hey, you're okay. You're good for doing this exercise. I don't need that. I'm a master, I can do it on my own, and I do it on my own. That's the key. I do it on my own. I do the breath work on my own. Nobody tells me. I just do it. Nobody tells me to fast. I just do it. Today is a fast day for me. I'm going to offer the same service to you. I'm going to say to you 3 times, you can be a master too. You can be a master. You can be a master. Just like me, I don't have any kind of a special thing on it. Anybody can be a master. It's just your decision, So I want you to think about that. You can be a master. You can be a master too. Yes, indeed. All right. What about rejuvenation? That's one of my favorite subjects. My next book, which will be out, 2 months from now, 3 months maybe, is titled Geraldine in Rejuvenation Land. Yes, it's entitled Geraldine in Rejuvenation Land. Can you actually reverse aging? You can, yes, indeed. There are a number of age reversal technologies now being explored and developed. Yes, we'll talk about them in later classes. They're pretty exciting, really. But can you really rejuvenate yourself using only the techniques of the inner science? The answer to that, again, is yes. And we're going to work on ways to rejuvenate yourself and reverse aging in future classes here on my YouTube channel. You can do it, indeed. All right. Now I'm going to start talking a little bit about the next classes in life extension. Class number 6 is going to be about avoiding addictions. And oh, what a terrible problem that is in our world. Unfortunately, 1/3 of the population has one addiction or another. We're going to talk about how they're going to take years away from your lifespan, let alone help you add any years. All right, now we're going to, next thing, class number 6 is going to be keeping your death urge away. This is important. The death urge kills a lot of people. You need to be able to develop that life urge. All right, so this was class 5. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to doing the next class. I want to say one more thing about these classes here. You know, you might ask, what do I get out of doing it? Well, I'll tell you what I get out of doing it. I get out of, let's see, I'm going to do this class, so I guess I better be the expert here. I better be the teacher. I better know how to do it. That's what I get out of it. It makes me do these things more. It makes me really get into it more, you know. I get a lot out of it. All right. I hope you get something out of this class, too. We'll see you next time. So long for now. Bye.